Hello, in front of me I've got SONY Xperia 5 Mark III. In this video I'll show you all camera modes and settings. So let's open camera. And as you can see, this is the homepage of our camera. Let's use it in horizontal mode. So, from here we can take a photo, change zoom, change brightness level and color temperature. Then we've got single shooting mode, continuous shooting mode, self timer for 3 seconds and for 10 seconds. Next, we can change aspect ratio, change to video mode, enable HDR or disable it, zoom in, zoom out, and of course change brightness level and color temperature. Also we can manage bokeh mode, focus, and enable Google Lens. Let's check the front camera. And in front camera we can also enable flashlight, timer, change brightness level and color temperature, enable slow motion, but it is only in rear camera. In slow motion we can zoom in, enable torch, change brightness level and color temperature. Next, we've got auto mode with more settings. For example, we can change focus area, select single shooting, continuous shooting, high or continuous shooting low, change timer, enable flashlight, change format of our photo, lock the settings, enable leveler, change lens, and as you can see, we've got many notifications about our camera, like format, megapixels, our storage, light, battery percentage, and more settings for our camera like ISO, shutter speed and white balance. Also we can set program mode, shutter speed priority, manual exposure and memory recall. In memory recall, we can learn about history and legend more of this camera. Like, what does everything mean? In manual exposure, we can manually control shutter speed and ISO sensitivity. By exposing longer, it is possible to take photos capture the trailing motion of objects using motion blur. In shutter speed priority, we can manually control shutter speed to change how you capture moving objects. Fast shutter speeds will appear to freeze and objects in motion, while slow shutter speeds can better exposure motion blur. In program auto, the camera will control shutter speed automatically with other settings being left up to you. So for example, in this mode we can change ISO, metering mode, auto HDR, format, autofocus, white balance, and focus mode. Let's select basic mode and check other modes. So we've got slow motion, portrait mode, where we can enable touch to capture, change aspect ratio, change timer, adjust modes for face like center face, eye enlargement, skin brightness, soft skin, and bokeh. In panorama, we can make panoramical pictures. And the last mode we've got is creative effect. Where we can put some filters on our photo. Now let's check settings. And in settings we can manually change aspect ratio, enable drive mode, change zoom settings for digital zoom or AI super resolution zoom, enable flash mode, auto flash, fill flash, red eye reduction, turn it off or set torch. We can turn on or off soft skin effect, change focus mode, change focus area color, enable or disable face eye AF, QR code reader. We can change touch to adjust to object tracking, autofocus or focus and brightness, enable or disable grid lines, use volume key as zoom, volume or shutter, change audio signals, change data storage, turn on or off save location, enable launch camera with key, change shooting mode at launch, enable or disable mode dial guide, transfer and tagging at on mode, check introduction to features like drive mode, QR code reader, lens correction, triple camera, face, eye AF, bokeh effect, portrait selfie, hand shutter, front camera and slow motion. Basically you can learn about this camera to use it better. Also we've got tutorial, accessibility, or we can reset settings. And that's all for our camera modes and settings. If you find this video helpful, please leave like, comment and subscribe.